What inspired me to become an herbalist was actually this one book I bought at Barnes & Noble. It was right before my senior year of high school. I would just dig up plants from the backyard that the book talked about and make teas and stuff, and it was just really fun. It felt like I was connecting to something real and doing something real. I was motivated to start Soothsayer Teahouse actually after a trip to Asheville, North Carolina. It's kind of like a mecca for herbalists and herbalism. That's where my school is based. And just a lot of things centered around that topic happen there, like conferences and things that I would go to. I realized that I needed to turn my herbalism knowledge into a business because it didn't make sense for me to keep learning all these things and getting these certificates and like putting things into practice and then not recompensating myself, like I needed to just turn it into something real, or otherwise it wouldn't be an investment, it would just be a waste. Another challenge is just sourcing my ingredients and like having a consistent source for them, because like one herb that I need for several of my recipes has been out of stock, and that's a problem. Like then I can't create product for my customers, and then I look inconsistent as a business owner. Tea is pretty niche. I've had so many people walk past my market and go, I don't like tea. And that's like saying you don't like food, but I can't necessarily like yell that to someone at a market. I can't be like, well, let's have a dialogue about this. I can't keep funneling money into this business and hoping for a return. I really need it at this point to start feeding me. Most of my repeat customers are locals. They're people that live in other parts of town. And I'm seeing their orders, on my website. I recognize their names at this point. It's like consistently the same handful of people. And there have been some months where those people completely kept me afloat in terms of, paying for my overhead. And they're consistently showing up for like my product launches and things like that. So I really depend on them. And then so many of the businesses that support me, either by serving my teas or selling my bag teas, are local and regional. So a lot of my cash flow is just people in my community really showing up. I'm hoping and expecting to see, as a result of the content, more followers, but not just followers, more engagement and more actual purchases, because I have quite a few followers already. But what percentage of those people are actually going to my website and buying from me or messaging me for a bag of tea? If I can get some content and start pushing some stuff out, showing people on Instagram that I am trustworthy, I do know what I'm saying, hopefully that'll get my business to the point it needs to be really soon. I'm hoping it'll also instill a sense of trust in people for my business, that I know what I'm talking about in terms of plants. I can formulate things safely. I can formulate things that actually work, that actually will help you, will have a real impact on your life. I don't know what to expect for the future because I'm really waiting to see how the impact of this video tour affects my social media following and affects my sales in like a real tangible way. And then I want to see how to go from there. Like, what strategy will we come up with once we see the results? Most of the time, it's just a matter of not letting the momentary struggle be a reason to give up the whole thing. Just learn to pivot, learn to do the best with what you have. So many times I was using the last dollars that I had on gas to get to a market in the hopes that I would do well, and sometimes I didn't. And you can't predict or control that sort of thing. So for me, it's really just been a matter of keeping my long-term vision in mind and knowing that it's not going to happen overnight, and knowing that, if I have to take food from my mouth right now to fund the business, that's okay. I can do that right now. The biggest thing is keeping my momentum, because giving up when I've already accomplished so much would be a real shame.